Magandang umaga, magandang tanghali, magandang hapon, magandang gabi, Pilipinas at sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin na nanonood ngayon saan mang sulok ng mundo kayo. Kumusta ho kayong lahat? Ako po si Joel at ipagpatuloy natin ang ating usapin tungkol sa Deuterium. Hopefully, nasundan nyo yung una nating segment or series dahil marami ho ito, siguro mga 3 or 4 na series bago tayo mag-move on sa ibang topic. Pero tutukan natin itong Deuterium dahil ang interest nito hindi lang sa Pilipinas kundi buong mundo dahil may energy crisis na nagkakagulo ngayon. So anyway, sa unang segment natin, nakumbinsi tayo na yung ating Pangulo na si President BBM ay kumbinsido na merong deuterium sa Pilipinas na heavy meron tayong concentrated amount, very valuable resources na kailangang pag-aralan at potentially ma-extract. Sa pangalawang series na na-establish natin na meron ngang potensyal so ang development nito ngayon nangyayari, kamahalan ng natural gas at saka oil. Ang Pilipinas, kung meron ng deuterium, yung mga claims ng karamihan na noon pa man na ito ang magpapayaman sa bansang Pilipinas. So tayong mga Pilipino na umalis ng Pilipinas upang makibaka, yung mga kababayan nating OFWs, hopefully because of this, maibsan ang kahirapan ng Pilipinas at hindi na natin kailangang umalis. So anyway, balik tayo sa deuterium topic. Yung mga reserves, marami nagkiklaim na hoax ito, scam ito, hindi. Marami ang deuterium all over the mga tubig. May deuterium na mahanap. Totoo naman. Pero there's no question na merong mga areas na merong high concentration. Okay? Ikumpara natin dahil yun nga, yung trenches nga, yung Marianas Trench, panoorin nyo yung pangalawang video natin. Dahil yung first theory na yung deuterium nga, heavy molecule, napuproduce through electrolysis na i-extract from hydrogen dahil isotope ng hydrogen at lumulubog dahil mabigat. Sa second video natin, merong laboratory tayong research presentation na inad natin sa video na pinakita doon na lumulubog talaga, yung deuterium. So potentially sa deep trenches ng Surigao Deep, which is pagkakaintindi natin 3 miles, we were kinakalculate natin between 6 to 7. Meron akong nabasang article na actually is about 10 kilometers deep yung part ng Philippines, the deepest part ng Philippine Trench. So anyway, bakit potential na maari tayo mag-claim? Sa second video again, sinubukan nating tingnan yung data available. So potential. Ngayon, tuloy natin i-present yung ating data versus doon sa mga nagsasabi na Philippines cannot claim na merong high concentration of deuterium sa kanila dahil yung deuterium is all over the place sa mga ocean waters, Okay. Now, kung totoo yung sinasabi nila, okay, granting na ganun nga. Pero ang tanong, yung natural gas, ang spread nun kahit saang bansa merong natural gas, but there is always a higher concentration of natural gas at saka oil sa iba-ibang lugar. So, bakit binubutata nila agad kung ang Pilipinas ay magki-claim at mag-extract, Kung na-prove na sa ibang lugar, ito natural gas, tingnan natin. Merong 5 countries na top producers ng liquefied natural gas or natural gas. Alam natin, Russia. Kaya sa kaguluhan doon, think about yung Nord Stream na pinasabog, which is the pipeline ng Russia papunta sa Europe. or Germany, yung nagsusupply ng gas, no? Kasi malakas ang concentration nila, okay? So, tingnan natin, okay? So, let's see. Top 5 countries with the biggest natural reserves. Okay, so, teka ha, at gagalawin ko lang itong okay. So, ayan ha. Natural gas. Top 5 countries with the biggest natural gas reserves. Okay, so, number 1. Tingnan natin muna kung saan ang concentration ng natural gas. Sa South Pars, Persian North Dome Field is a natural gas condensate field located in the Persian Gulf. Persian Gulf, by far the world's largest natural gas field with ownership of the field shared between Iran and Qatar. So, dalawang countries ito nagsishare sila, no? Estimated 1,800 trillion cubic feet or 50 billion barrels of cubic meters of natural gas condensate, so 7.9 billion cubic meters of natural condensate. This gas field covers an area of 9,700 kilometers or 3,700 square miles, of which 3,700 square kilometers, South Pars, is in Iranian territorial waters and 6,000 square kilometers, North Dome, is in Qatar territorial waters. So pinagsama mo yung dalawang country, sila ang pinaka maraming source. Pero pagdating sa supply, kinlaim ng ito yung plant ng natural gas. Teka, bago tayo mag-move doon, tingnan muna natin, where is the main source of natural gas? Where does it come from? Natural gas is found in rock formations deep below the surface of the earth. Petroleum or oil is often found in the same areas. Humans have been using natural gas for cooking for hundreds of years. Okay, so na-establish yan, na yan ang dyan makikita. So rock formation, source rock formation all over the world. Now, number 1 na supplier ngayon sa buong mundo is Russia with 38 trillion cubic meters. Number 1 sila dahil solo nila yung supply. Hindi katulad ng Qatar and Iran, nagsishare sila. Russia is home to the world's largest natural gas reserve with a total proved resource of 38 TCM or 1.341 trillion cubic feet according to the BP Statistical Review of World Energy 2020. That is equivalent to around 19% of the world's total reserves. Majority of Russia's natural gas reserves are located in Siberia with the Yamburg, Urengoy, and Medvez fields particularly productive. Kaya nung binomba yung Nord Stream, yung pipeline na magsusupply sa Germany, na-cut off yung supply sa Germany. No? Ito nangyayari ngayon sa Europe. So, ngayong winter time, problema nila ngayon ang oil, kaya nagkakaroon ng usapin ngayon na we need to talk about peace and truce and negotiations dahil hindi pwedeng winter na magkakaroon ng problema sa gas dahil wala pa yung unfortunately wala pang nuclear fusion na ibang source ng energy. Of course, the fossil fuel is the same thing, which is ang Saudi Arabia nag-reduce ng kanilang production ng 2 million barrels a day. So, lalong pahirapan yan, no? So, anyway, number 1 ang Russia. Number 2 is Iran, 32 trillion cubic meters. Iran accounts for around 16% of the world's share of natural gas resources with an overall reserve of 32 TCM, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, yun yung makikita natin, Number 3 is Qatar, 24.7 trillion cubic meters. So, yun nga, Number 2 and 3 sila dahil kung i-combine silang dalawa, top sila sa buong mundo, pero hiwalay sila, kaibang bansa ito eh. Share lang sila ng magkatabi lang yung volume ng location, ng concentration ng natural gas. So, kaya Russia is top. Number 4 is Turkmenistan, 19.5 trillion cubic meters. The Central Asian country of Turkmenistan has the 4th largest natural gas reserves in the world, totaling 19.5 TCM. So, most of the natural gas reserves in Turkmenistan are located in large fields in the Amu Darya Basin in the southeast, the Murghab Basin in the south, and the South Caspian Basin in the western part of the country. So, this proves na yes, merong abundance supply of natural gas everywhere, the entire world. Pero, there is a concentration. Nakita natin, no? May concentration. Ang panglima lang, ang United States. So, meron dito sa United States, but panglima lang. Only holds 6.5% share of global natural gas reserves with proven resources of 12.9 TCM. Totoo niyan, yung supply dito sa Amerika, dahil yung panahon ni Trump, mabilis ang fracking, malaki ang production. In 2019, the US produced almost a quarter of the world's natural gas supply, around 921 BCM, which was more than any other country. So, nakapag-produce ng marami at the time, Kaya lang, tinigil yun. First day in office si Biden, tinigil niya yun, So, kaya ngayon, yung US is suffering from, a shortage din. The majority of US natural gas is produced onshore via horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing techniques. Texas and Pennsylvania are the two highest producing regions in the country. So, nangyari ngayon, short ang supply ng Europe dahil walang pinasabog sinabutahe yung Nord Stream, ng pipeline ng Russia. Pipeline from Russia to Europe, pinasabog. Ang suspetsa nila is it's the West, the NATO who did it. Malaking usapin 'yon. Anyway, investigation ng Sweden, ayaw nilang, kasi ang unang accusation ng Russia nagpasabog na sarili ng pipeline, which is ridiculous. Ngayon, ang Sweden had made their investigation. Ngayon, yung findings sila, ayaw nilang ilabas dahil sensitive daw ito. So, whoever did it, bakit ayaw nilang ipalabas yung resulta ng investigation nila? Anyway, yun ang nangyari. So, ngayon, ang US is may source ng natural gas. So, ngayon, ang US is selling the natural gas sa Europe. Dahil wala silang source sa Russia, may sanction Ngayon, itong through a company called SLNG, I think that's the company, nagreklamo ngayon ng France dahil sabi nila, apakala namin, allies, kaibigan, tapos ngayon, wala kaming supply ng gas, sinusuplayan kami pero 4 times the usual amount na binabayaran nila in Russia. So, itong conflict nito palalim ng palalim at palaki ng palaki. So, anyway, matindi dito nagkakagulo ang mundo because of the source of energy. Kaya tayo, it's really worth looking into possibilities. Right? Kasi may mga hindi pa tayo i-discuss natin sa next yung nuclear fusion. Ano ba talaga ito? Bakit deuterium is gonna play a big role? Okay? So anyway, ito tiningnan natin yung data. Again, pinag-aaralan natin yung mga claims, Kinukumpara natin bakit worth ang claims, bakit merong claims na ganito na higher concentration. So, ito, pinakita natin na sabi nila, you cannot claim a higher concentration dahil yung deuterium is all over the ocean. But then, we established na mabigat yung deuterium at saka merong hydrothermal springs doon na nagpapainit ng tubig sa ilalim, potentially would cause electrolysis, which is in itself the natural extraction or separation ng hydrogen, ng deuterium from hydrogen, which is the isotope of hydrogen. Tapos, nag-settle down sa deep trenches, which is we have the deep trenches there. So, why not explore the possibilities? So, yun ang ano, no? So, hindi natin sinasabi na kiniklaim natin na, okay, nandyan talaga, positibo yan, no? But, there is some merit. Kasi itong tinitingnan natin, natural gas, it's all over the world too. Pero, merong mga areas, may mga countries that they have some higher concentration and they are, taking advantage of it. Kaya yung mayaman itong mga bansang ito because they have the supply. So imagine kung ang Pilipinas can prove that we do have the supply. Boy, okay. So it's worth studying, discussing at pag-aralan kung ano talaga. Okay? So yun yung top 5 na discuss natin, ano? So anyway, like what I promised the last video, itong heavy water or deuterium, nagkaroon ito ng issue back in the days, no? So, merong sabotaheng nangyari in those days. Kailan ito unang na-discovery, no? Okay, so very interesting story ito at merong portion ng video na i-play natin pero gusto kong intindihin muna natin kung paano ito na-discovery. No? Heavy water, which is deuterium, in 1934, Norsk Hydro of Norway built the first commercial heavy water plant at Vemork Tin, eventually producing 4 kilograms or 8.8 pounds per day. Wow. Okay. So, sa Norway, ito yung sinasabi ko na first time na nagkaroon ng commercial production. But, ang totoo niyan, it was by chance na nangyari. Kasi byproduct ito. Itong manufacturing plant was actually producing ammonia from fertilizer. No? So, nagpuproduce silang fertilizer para makaproduce ng ammonia and at the same time, yung tubig na ginamit nila na they found out na naging heavy water or heavy water was extracted in the process. Okay, so let's move on. Teka, bakit tayo nabalik dito sa wait a second here. Okay. So, the Vemork heavy water plant. Concentrating heavy water requires enormous amounts of electricity. Okay? So, kasi hydrolysis yan no? So, magpahit ka nga naman, tapos i-transfer, gamitin mo yung fuel cell para ma-extract yung deuterium, In the 1930s, one of the few places in the world with power to spare was the Vemork plant of Norway's Norsk Hydroelectric, which had harnessed a 144-meter high waterfall to produce fertilizers. The heavy water was generated as a byproduct of producing fertilizer. Norsk Hydro supplied the world's scientific community with heavy water only as a sideline. So kasi by chance lang ito, yung purpose talaga nila is, fertilizer. So in late 1939, the Germans began ordering heavy water in large quantities. Norsk Hydro management suspected some kind of deviltry. Kasi, bakit ang laking volume ang binibili ng Germany? Para saan? Anong gagawin nila rito? Okay? Okay. So, yun yung isang naging issue, no? Germany's evil plan, kasi nag-iisip na sila. They realized that German will use deuterium to develop atomic bomb to gain superpower during World War II. Okay, so wow, sinister yung nila. So eventually na-prove nila yan dahil inattack sila ng German. So Germany captured Norway in the plant in May 1940. So the Allies set out to destroy Vimork plant. Kasi, siyempre, away na, gera na yun, no? US, Russia, magkasama sila, yung mga allies sa Europe, against Germany. So, gusto nilang pigilan ang Germany from using deuterium to build atomic bomb. No? Kasi, meron na ring atomic bomb ang US at the time. Matter of fact, pinasabog nila sa Japan, sa Hiroshima. That's a totally different story. So anyway, so the West and its allies made several attempts until they succeeded. Actually, merong film ito in 1965, a Hollywood film titled Heroes of Telemark. Kung pupunta kayo ng YouTube, type nyo lang yung itong Norway's heavy water sabotage. You find a lot more story about this. So, itong heavy water, itong deuterium, almost caused a nuclear holocaust yung panahon, yung Second World War. And now, it looks like we go back to the same problem. Itong energy crisis can potentially create a nuclear, disaster pag hindi ito na-avert, pag hindi hindi nagkaroon ng peaceful negotiations dito. So, but this time, hopefully, deuterium, pero malayo pa eh. I don't know how fast it will be. Deuterium would play a different role this time. Well, hopefully hindi nila gamitin sa nuclear, but well, nuclear is they need the tritium for it, which is the radioactive. Deuterium is to fuel the reactor, kasi parang coolant ito. So anyway, ito yung sabotage, no? On October 18, 1942, an advance party of 4 Norwegian SOE commandos, codenamed Grouse, were dropped in Norway on the Danger Plateau on a reconnaissance mission of the plant. In 1942, the military campaign began with the disastrous British commando. So una, British ang pinadala nila, Operation Freshman. Tapos mga airborne division ito. Tapos nag-glide sila, yung bomber, namatay, the craft crashed into mountains because of poor visibility. Pangit ang location ng area ng ito. Mapapanood nyo ito sa movie. Survivors were interrogated, nahuli sila, tortured, and executed by the Germans. So yung first attempt nila failed. So, well, again, the sabotage, the purpose is pigilan ng Germany. Sirain itong plant para mapigilan ang Germany na gamitin ang deuterium for their sinister plan to create atomic bomb. On 1943 of February, second all-Norwegian commando raid Operation Gunnerside destroyed the Rjukan electrolysis plant with the loss of 500 kilograms of heavy water. The plant, however, was quickly repaired. So, attack successful, pero na-repair agad-agad ng Germans dahil kailangan nila eh. No? On 1943 of same year, November of same year, 16, American attempt to destroy the plant employed a total of 388 B-17 and B-24 bombers from 8 Air Force. Wow, 388. The raid resulted in considerable loss of civilian life but minimal damage to the electrolysis building. While this attack did little damage, it convinced the Germans to abandon the plant and move remaining stocks and critical components to Germany in 1944. So talagang hinold talaga nila ito. Eventually, on February of 1944, a final successful attack by saboteurs and members of the Norwegian resistance interdicted the remaining supply of heavy water by sinking the ferry DF Hydro, taking a shipment to Germany. So talagang pinasabog nila. Maraming buhay ang sinakripisyo rito. The disassembled factory was later found in southern Germany. They, so hindi na natuloy yung southern Germany during the closing stages of the war by members of Operation Alsos. So Yun ang yun ang kwento ng sabotahe. So, isipin nyo, yung deuterium, pinag-aagawan nila noon. So, ngayon, yung sources nila, sporadic supply of deuterium all over the place, but none of which claim to have a large volume amount of supply. So, except, Pilipinas. Kaya lang, sabi nila, pinagtatawanan nila, but wait till one day they realize that whatever capacity they have to produce deuterium right now para i-fuel yung nuclear fusion pag naging successful na yung kanilang conversion into electricity using the nuclear fusion, they would realize that we need to find a place to get a large volume of deuterium. So, anyway, merong portion dito ng konting portion lang ng video na gusto kong panoorin para makita natin yung binasa kong slides is not true. Okay, so here it is.
Heavy water supply. If the mission failed, there was the chance that Germany could get the bomb first and swing the war in their favor. The heavy water facilities at Vemork had been added to the plant after its opening in 1911. It was Norwegian physicist and Professor Leif Tronstad who first put forward the proposal of producing heavy water to Norsk Hydro in 1933, the same year that heavy water was first chemically isolated. The term heavy water refers to a specific enriched water mixture that combines D2O, or deuterium oxide, with hydrogen deuterium oxide and ordinary H2O. It by all appearances looks, feels, and tastes like regular water, but the presence of deuterium atoms cause it to be 11% denser than H2O, allowing it to act as an effective neutron modulator in nuclear reactions.
Okay, so yung napanood nyo, yung ating presentation, that's part of the video na gusto ko lang i-share para ma-establish natin yung ating research. It's worth talking. So hopefully it's getting more interesting, and matugpagtugma-tugba natin from the first series, second, and this third. Makonect-connect natin. Does it merit our attention? Is it worth talking about? Is the claim merong solid na claims na pwede nating may data i-back up. So ito ho yung part ng mga presentation natin. So hopefully you guys like it, and please like, share, and subscribe to the channel para tuloy-tuloy ho yung ating usapin. At marami pa ho tayong pag-uusapan. Meron tayong maraming interesting information. Balikan ko lang ho. Ang purpose actually ng channel na to, itong YEPRO, is a Youth Housewives Empowerment Program. So meron ho tayong mga program na i-introduce natin sa community. Hopefully, pag bumaba na tayo sa community, I am actually in collaboration with the indigenous people sa Pilipinas. Marami ho ito sila sa mga mountain areas, mountainous areas. Yung mga leaders nila which are in the city. Actually, pumunta ho sila dito sa New York, and I helped them out sa campaign nila during that time. So hopefully, when we start collaborating, we'll be able to introduce some livelihoods, and also we will be able to participate in the dialogue about the deuterium sa Pilipinas. So hopefully ho, dumami ho yung community natin sa forum, at pag-usapan natin ito. Okay, so maraming salamat ho sa time ninyo, and maraming salamat sa pag-share at saka pag-like at saka pag-participate sa comment section natin. Okay, so see you on the next video. Pag-uusapan natin ang nuclear fusion. Saan na ho tayo ngayon sa stages, yung mga trends na nangyayari with all the new technology, yung mga plasma and every new thing at different countries na gumagamit ng nuclear fusion ngayon in search for new renewable energy source para sa power supply. Hindi lang sa industrial supply, residential, pati sa mga sasakyan. So, pag-usapan rin natin ng hydrogen, lithium, electric vehicles, at saka yung mga hydrogen-powered vehicles. Marami ho. At may mga introduce akong mga companies which I actually invested, on their on the stocks. Okay, so hanggang sa susunod ho, ako po si Joel, kababayan ho ninyo na nandito sa US. Kumusta ho lahat? Ingat ho kayo, stay safe and stay happy.